Ladies and gentlemen, what a wild week. What a wild month. What a wild year. And technically, shit's been pretty wild since 2012. And it seems we're back to the phase where shit just starts falling out of the sky. And by my unofficial correction, deduction, Astro Fight Club avoided World War III 3 times this week with whoever might, start such things. So congratulations, we have all so far survived everything the universe has ever thrown at us. And I made the ballsy call that January and February would be the whole worst months of the entire 2021, which seems pretty bold, so we'll have to stay tuned. And February is going to keep getting extra crazier. Right now, it would appear we have a solar storm headed towards us due to coronal mass ejecting our way. Though coronal, I'm talking about solar, minimal conditions existed and coincided with the great mini ice age that lasted last week. The sun is now active again. We're out of solar minimum conditions. We have a sunspot, and we had a dark filament tear off the sun. A dark filament of magnetism flung itself away from the sun yesterday. February 20th, the eruption spills the sun's atmosphere, creating a broad canyon of fire, hurling a coronal mass ejection into space. Now, analysts are modeling the CME to determine if it will hit Earth. And they've determined it will, but it still might not. It might only be a glancing blow. Nobody knows, because a lot of times coronal mass ejections are really weird. Hey, let's talk about pink stuff. I'm talking about auroras over Iceland. Man, I've never seen the sky so pink before. That sounds like words of good luck if I've ever heard them, said Joninan Osaka Karindotir, who witnessed an outbreak of nitrogenous auroras over Feskroforsjörbud, Iceland. And if you want me to pronounce that shit better, then I will have to take a trip to Iceland, I guess. And with all this solar energy hitting Earth, the earthquakes and volcanoes have been super duper lit. And technically, they've been lit since 2019, and it seems like their activity continues to be increasing. And so I would guess it will continue to increase until it stops, which I would guess would happen when Jupiter swings around to the other side and we get more balance in our solar system. But we have more time to discuss that now, don't we? I have yet to take a hot shower this week. I tried yesterday, but it was still icy cold water. What's it talking about? Oh, regardless of my stinky conditions, we're on to the next one. Even though the damage in Texas and surrounding areas will last for probably weeks and months. We're talking broken pipes and just a whole snafu bar of bad events, as nothing is modernized. I was talking about Johnson weather 2021 coming out of the gate, straight up hit list. Jesus Christ help us all. We're talking about the beginning of March, I guess. Yep, we've been watching a storm coming in March, and March is more when it's transitioning from winter to tornado season, and then 100 days from now we get 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, which I'm guessing will be very active, especially if it ends with Wanda. When I say ends, I mean before the Greek letter names start. And this tweet was brought to us by Rachel Pert. And Rachel, man, I loved your family's shampoo. I've used it many times in my life. So yeah, the energy's just lit across the board, and in the grand transition that we've been going through since 1999 till now, and will continue probably the next 100 years. So we have, the atomic age, which is like the last 80 years, and you have a weapons race, arms race that has been happening amongst nations and corporations for almost 80 years, and we haven't destroyed each other yet. Asterisk. Hey, here's the deal, man. Every business, every government, every corporation, pretty much almost everyone out there will still be dealing with the pandemic and the vaccine or not vaccine, and to open or close or whatever for the rest of 2021. Whether or not you believe in it, every other group and entity and corporation and government will still be going through the motions, going through the waves, doing the things like an actual pandemic was happening. And that's just going to be the deal, whether you believe in it or not. So just letting you know. So a year of this shit has definitely put everybody on edge. This is the Fuego volcano in Guatemala by the Pacaya and Popocatépetl volcano in Mexico and Guatemala. This brought to us by the Volcano Time Lapse YouTube channel. Yeah, the volcanoes are just freaking out. And that includes Mount Etna, Mount Cinnabon, Mount Marapi. And so this volcano activity will continue. And we've had some pretty big earthquakes in the USA, even in places like Mexico. If you got like an 8 earthquake in the middle of Oklahoma, dude, that would be a super major disaster cataclysm. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but the fact that like we're dealing with all this shit, including the arms race since 1940, and then the whole late stage fiat currency global reserve. Yeah, things are interesting. I'm the guy who's like, hey, let us stay cool and work together to make it through all this, because it's a million miracles that we've even gotten this far. Winter's not over yet, and I imagine we'll see some winter weather even into March. We might even see winter weather combined with like hurricane season weather with some tornadoes. And this is a snow devil. Although if you just think of it as a giant spool of powdered sugar, then it doesn't seem as threatening. So I think I'm gone a little crazy. I think we're all gone a little crazy. But I'm proud of us because we're still hanging in there. You know? I don't know. It feels like it's all icebergs and asteroids. And all everybody wants to talk about is the new Martian electronic money that they invented, which is pretty much just basically like old money. But it's like a new version. So that's the big thing that became normalized over the pandemic years. Like now we have some new digital currency with us that's competing against all the other fiat currencies, which seems to make everything extra energetically weird, in my opinion. This is Shania Twain beating a horse grapes. And how floody will this spring be? I don't know, probably pretty floody. We'll see though. We will definitely see. But note to self, just because my power's back on consistently doesn't mean things are going to slow down. We still got a week left in this month. So yeah, we still got a major storm hitting the upper, what is this called? The Great Lakes area. And then you got another one coming to the Pac Northwest. And I'm super proud of myself because I feel like I have done a fantastic job in February. And no matter how crazy I get, I always seem to be very functional planetary defense commander wise. That seems like a good tribute to have, you know, as planetary defense commander. Yeah, we should all up our defense, up our cool, up our chill, up our teamwork, and up our sense of humor. But yeah, this storm will be pushing out through the east and will probably continue to cause problems for people in the Great Lakes area, the Appalachians, down south, and there might even be some severe weather elements to it all. But here I am, watching the hot box, doing my best at risk communication. With Dada Boo, Florida Wave Master, letting us know, we got more storms on the way for sure. So we have historic February warmth in Beijing and historic super Arctic cold in Texas pretty much around the same time, because Earth is like a snow globe where the hot side's hot and the cold side's cold, and they bounce around like a lava lamp. So it's like a little bit of both, buddy. And Mount Etna is super freaking out, just to make you, if you want to make it feel biblical, if you want to make it feel mythological, either one will work. I don't think that like the world is going to end and we're going to throw the ball in the dirt and put our dick in the mashed potatoes. I could be wrong. But if World War III totally breaks out and everybody dies, one of your last thoughts can be, Thor was wrong. If you want, I guess. All right. Everybody stay cool. And I'll talk to you in the near future. God bless everyone.